JD, let's talk about Lowry, man.
What about Lowry?
So we've kind of talked a little bit about what we think he needs to do next to really become that number one option, develop into that number one option. Obviously, he has to improve on ISO. But outside of that, what do you think is going to be like the key contributing factor to him reaching that next level? What do you think? Because we know he has to develop ISO. He's one of the best big man shooters in the NBA. Like, that's a fact. Okay. Like, he's made 44 threes so far in the season off 105 attempts. That's 41%. He's second in threes made, just behind Luka, who's made like 54, and Luka's just straight balling. But this guy's an elite shooter. We know what he can do. We just need to find a way for him to develop that ISO. But outside of that, what do you think, JD?
You know, Lowry is going to be efficient for you. I think from what I remember hearing, he is shooting as efficient, or probably the most efficient player for how many shots he's taking. I think he's throwing up around 8 or 9 threes a game on average, and
8 attempts,
shooting around 42%. So it's him and Steph Curry who are the most efficient. And as you start going down the line, 7s, 6 threes, there's some other people who have been very efficient, but he is in the top 5 most efficient players, probably, if you can categorize it like that. Top 5 most efficient 3-point shooters right now for how many he shoots. So he's been very efficient. My only thing is that, and we're going to have different takes on this, Doc. I know Lowry is a beast. Lowry is an incredible player. He's an all-star. He's going to be all-NBA, in my opinion. But if you want a championship team, like a team like with Jokic, a team, I'll even say the Celtics have a championship caliber team. You've got Giannis. You need an MVP level player. You need somebody who, at least 3 stars maybe, or an MVP and 2 very good players. Markkanen, I don't think in clutch he can create his own shots. And we're talking about development. And listen, this is what I think about it. Like, you could say that about every single player, Colin Sexton, for instance. The guy, he's a scoring machine. But you give him the ball too often, he's going to turn it over. He's going to make crazy plays. I mean, they tried to turn him into a point guard, and I'm fine with that experiment, but I just don't think that's what he is. Maybe he'll develop better, but he's not going to be a superstar guard, okay? He's not going to be a Tyrese Halliburton with 30 assists, 0 turnovers. That's not Sexton. And I kind of think the way with Markkanen. I think Markkanen, he can develop, he can take next steps, but I can't see him being the guy who's going to be the playmaker for the Jazz. He's more of a guy that, he's a good cutter. He's a guy that be facilitated to. He's one of the best in the business.
Yeah,
you get somebody who is great at pick and roll. You get somebody who can, get the ball to him. He's going to be dropping 25 to 30. But if you don't have playmakers alongside of him, somebody to really help get him the ball instead of him creating his own shot, he's going to have issues.
Yeah, I mean, that's something we talked about when we traded Mike Conley too. I remember you and I having this conversation. We said Mike Conley facilitates a ton to Lowry, and Lowry still has to develop that ISO ability to get his own bucket. With that said, I actually think we do have that player already on our team, and it is Keyonte George. This kid, man, is not disappointing me whatsoever. He looks great. He understands how to play at a high level. You know what really is like his swing skill, man? We knew he could shoot. We knew that he was going to be like a baller. We knew he could score. This kid's playmaking is brilliant. I love the way this kid plays basketball. And he's malleable too. He wants to facilitate for this team. I'm so thankful he is starting. I love KG3. This kid is the point guard of the future. And so far, he has incredible numbers for someone who's just started what is it, like 4 games ago? He has like 30 plus. He has 30 plus assists off like 8 turnovers. That's really good. You know, like this kid is doing great. Like I expect him to have turnovers. He's a rookie, you know, but his turnovers are super limited right now, man. And we know that once this kid kind of gets more of his legs under him, I really believe that he is going to be a candidate. Like he's a dark horse now for rookie of the year, man, especially if we just let him play. And that's what Will Hardy's doing, and I like it. I like what I'm seeing, man. That kid's good. I think that he's the guy for us, for sure. I think that he can facilitate. His facilitation is next level, especially for his age, and he's just going to get better, dude. That's the beauty of watching Keyonte George right now. He's a rookie, and when you're going out and you're having like his first game, I think he had 11-9. You know, this latest game against the Suns, he had 15-6. Those are great numbers for a rookie. And like I think that his ceiling too, I could see this kid being, I don't want to get too crazy, but his ceiling to me is like a Kyrie Irving kind of player. I don't see that. I think he can turn into that. I really do. He just understands how to score, and he understands how to facilitate too. He slows the game down for facilitation.
And that is unnatural for a rookie.
Yes. And that's what I'm saying, man. Like, he'll never have the handles Kyrie Irving has. You know, no one does. That's why he's Kyrie Irving. But I think in terms of playing ability, I could absolutely see Keyonte George being that all-star, like, point guard that we need. And I think him and marketing can develop a nasty pick and roll. We just got to get him.
I think that's what we're going to need. I mean, Keyonte has shown and proven himself to be a pretty good facilitator early on. This is my question that I want to ask you.
All right.
Is this guy a true point guard? He's shown that he can make good passes, but in the system that Will Hardy has in place, we need a facilitator. And so he is.
Yes, we do.
He is doing that role right now. But are we not unleashing his full potential at potentially being, you know, the 2 guard, the person that he was in high school, person that he was in college, where he was putting up these incredible numbers, where he was one of the top 5 recruits in the country out of college? Are we forcing him into something that maybe he shouldn't be? Or do you think that this is his trajectory, his career path is more of a, you know, I'm going to be passing the ball first, shooting if I'm open?
That's a great question. I don't think that we are forcing him into a mold. I think there are going to be games a lot later in his career. I just don't expect this from him now, where he just says, give me the ball, and he's going to take over. Because like he has that innate scoring ability. He really does. He's so good, man. I mean, he gets up some circus shots, and I'm like, how did you even tell your body to do that? Like, kid's fantastic. I think this is a natural evolution for him, because I like him at the point position. And I think that with like, ever since he took over, man, like, let's just be real. We've had the best ball facilitation we've had on this team all year. And it's a small sample size, but the beginning of the year looked fumbled. It did not look good. Everyone was trying to like get their feet under them. Everyone looked kind of like confused and dazed, and we were turning the ball over left and right. The moment we put Keyonte George in there, he became our ball facilitator. The offense should be working through him. I like that. I really do. And I think that once he becomes a little less timid, as his confidence grows, like, there are going to be games where he's going to go off, man. He'll be like, give me that ball. I got this. Like,
you know, he did a little bit of that against the Suns.
I like that kid so much.
And, you know, there were mistakes made.
Oh, cool, man.
He had some problems where he, you know, did some rookie mistakes, but that is totally okay. That's what I want to see out of him. Yes. I want him taking shots to develop, you know?
I agree. And right now he has like a god-awful shooting percentage. It's like in the 20s. But like, it doesn't even matter. You know, it's like,
I mean, that's all rookies, right?
Get your sea legs, man. Get your sea legs. Like, I can't wait to watch it. Like, this kid's gonna be an all-star, man. He absolutely is gonna be an all-star. And I really think that as long as we continue to play him this way, he's not gonna win Rookie of the Year. I think Chet Holmgren's gonna win that, but he is gonna be a dark horse. People are gonna have to take notice at some point, man. They're gonna have to.
He'll make all rookie for sure. And I think the way that he's playing, he could be a top candidate. We'll have to see. I think he's only gonna get better. But Doc,
yeah, I think all rookie first team could definitely be an option next to Chet, Asar Thompson, Wembanyama. Scoot got hurt, which sucks. Brandon Miller got hurt, which sucks, but that also benefits Keyonte. It kind of opens that door for him, you know?
Yeah.
And I would love to see him all rookie first team. I think that'd be the first time in Jazz history where we had 2 back-to-back all rookies. I'm not sure, but that's going to be sick. I really hope he makes all rookie first team, man.
Thank you for watching another episode of the Full Court Press NBA podcast. For the full podcast, click the link below and subscribe for more hoops content.